We go say hi to Xiangling first. Huh? Xiangli? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here!
Oh? Why, the pleasure is all mine. As is the surprise, surely. It must be fate that brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late? Setbacks are inevitable over the course of a long journey. You are too kind.
So, Xiangli, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
I had originally planned to set out after this last round of...
However...
I had planned to take a walk to Qingse village and gather some nascent bamboo shoots.
Huh? Nascent? Wait, Paimon knows? Okay, Mr.
An astute observation, Pai. Lantern Rite is almost a...
well...
Well then. Might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is...
You do...
Why,
You... Collecting a few bamboo...
Such fine specimens are...
See?
However, there is no need to rush. The streets of Liyue will be bustling. The nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast. What an...
We're heading out! Enjoy your walk! Bamboo shoot, nascent bamboo shoot. Oh! This one's only just sprouted, and it looks super fresh. Paimon thinks this is the one. These should be enough. Let's head back.
Help! Help!
Did you hear that? Someone's calling for help. It's coming from over there. Are you okay? Did any water go to... That was scary. Well, at least you're all... Greetings, everyone. My name is Yao. Whoa, she's so well-mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fun. I came through Stone Gate just now. I was so mesmerized.
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall. Next time you're exploring as long as you watch your step.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, are you hungry?
Oh,
Please, sir, it's quite... I expect you still... I still have some load... so tasty. Having a healthy appetite. Hope you're taking notes. What do you think, sir?
no, they're perfect. When I was traveling through Mondstadt, asked for Fontaine's cooking, though.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time...
I do. It's part of my job.
Iridescence tour?
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music... At least, all the main organizers. It's a long story.
Well, what are they?
Let me see.
Oh, I love... We want to hear...
Okay. Then I'll start. The story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air. They say it was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard. Even in that life and death moment, the ethereal music seized his full attention and almost made him forget the fact that he was drowning. When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, in the end all he could do was... Once he returned to Fontaine, after generations of the stories become something of people now say that if you...
Wow!
Well, yes. I wanted to find out. Of course, there's no way of knowing. I've spent many years on the road now.
I haven't lived half of a mile. Paimon too! It's like... Paimon would definitely Oh, so you finally...
Yes, in fact, that's an intrigue. I'd always known that Mondstadt, so I prayed for the A friendly local told me that this meant the wind would... Right? You get it.
Are you... Rex Lapis has... Don't worry, Yao-Yao. And anyway, you...
Actually...
Oh dear. Well, how about... I don't know very much. If you've been scammed, they'll help you.
But you've already helped me...
I was gonna take some... You know what? It's been a minute.
All right. Well, my...
Okay, everyone. Uh-oh. Paimon's out of a gym.
There. Too late for regrets.
Into the wind.
Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I... It's almost as if...
Well, we are here. It's fair to say that...
Great. Let's go. I can't wait to get into the city. The streets are breathtaking. Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious. I can almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start waving my
Hey, everyone. A fancy meeting you.
Hello, Xinyan.
Traveler Paimon and Mr. Dvorak, right?
When I was last here to advertise a Liyue stop...
Feels like I've been chasing... Is that right? So, what brings you to Lee?
A lantern write music.
No,
Oh, so...
I mean, that's not... Hosting a music festival takes a lot...
Wait, but we're... that's right.
You mean...
This is the perfect... That's the spirit! See? Even as for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local... My friend Yunjin is a...
But what about you, Xinyan? Are you just...
What do you... If we actually...
Wow! Dude!
What do you say, Mr...
But the
Are you kidding? Guess my shot... Yao Yao, if you...
Okay, I promise. You've got this, So about the senior of yours Xinyan mentioned just now. Is that anyone we know? Yes, it's Xiangling. She's mentioned you two before. Xiangling's always thinking about cooking. Whenever she gets scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves. She definitely needs someone around her to look after her. I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time. Oh, it's Master! Is it okay if I go and say...
Oh, calm down now, dear. I'm not about to run off anywhere. I'm not a bundle.
I haven't seen you in days, Master! I've missed you.
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest... Ah, look who it is.
You're half right, Madam Ping.
Hello, ma'am.
Master, Master!
An old lady...
Oh, right! Madam Ping, you're an elder of Liyue. For example,
Why, not at all. Times change and the music enjoy... And so...
Here, here.
Goodness...
Master, you're an...
Oh, well...
Thanks, Madam Ping! We'll see...
And when you meet with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festive...
Understood, Miss Ganyu.
Ganyu!
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well. Also, I know you've had a lot to deal with. Well, this is weird.
Thank you, but Paimon... Oh, my apologies. I don't...
Ah! Paimon! What's wrong? It's definitely an ambitious plan. If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon... Oh?
Well, the lantern, the iridescence tour, it would be quite risky for... Therefore, we will not replace... Some live music will certainly add to the... Yes. Now I just need to take some time. As long as I clearly lay out... Mr. Dvorak.
Oh, yes, certainly.
As soon as there's work to do, I couldn't agree more. Master once said that I'm good at taking care of people. Wow. Hey, Yaya. I'm afraid, but apart from Lotus Flower Crypt, anything sweet, and anything...
Here's what I...
No, this is excellent.
Perfect. Then we'll leave... Oh, perfect timing. Not at all. Yao Yao, thank you for bringing...
Remember to make tea from them first. Okay. Everyone, I'm sure that...
Thank you, Yao Yao.
We should go get dinner together!
Greetings, traveler. Paimon. Ganyu has brought me up to speed on... The Qixing have approved Ganyu's
Yay! That's awesome!
Please. The Qixing... On a more personal note, as such, it is my privilege to work with you on this...
Thank you so much. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was expecting the same outcome once again. Never in my wildest... Right. Time for me to call in the performers. To state...
Yes! Our music band's finally...
Yes, indeed. For a musician, music will... Oh, that.
Oh.
Ganyu?
They told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation, but...
Oh, that's quite all right. Don't worry about me.
Thanks. It was just that I had a few to tell you the truth, Mr. Dvorak. I know how important your quest—
Did you say the Adepti? And you're illuminated beast? Part Qilin? Are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti are real? So it's not just artistic license?
You bet they're real. Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Julian
Yes. Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost melody or shine light on a but if it's a person you're looking—
I see. I think I understand the situation now.
Yes,
Great. So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan. How's your workload at the moment?
I can probably get through everything in—
Wait, what do you mean as long as I don't— Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended period without a break will take its toll on your health.
Somehow that does not sound
Be it but 3 moons from the start. Even I—
In that case,
Alright, I can work.
if you have the time, you're well known to many of the Adepti, okay? Then let's meet back here in 3 days.
What's this space, Mr. Dvorak?
You're all so...
Just think. Imagine if we found the Adeptus lady. It'd be such a happy reunion.
You're right. Okay.
We should probably get going.
Ooh, we're coming too.
I was wondering, what are your thoughts on music? What does it mean to you?
Music sounds nice?
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people...
Lady Yuhang?
Baiwen, what is it?
Per Lady Ningguang's order, I am told that a strange melody, but I'm worried that if we don't...
I understand. In that case,
Yeah, Kuching. Leave it to us. Don't worry, but it...
With the Traveler on the case, it's as good... Thank you. This will be a great help.
Will do. And say hi to...
you have my thanks too. Stay safe and come back as soon as you're finished.
Good luck. Let's revisit this question after the concert.
Byron said this strange tomb is... But Paimon did...
I was just wondering who in their right mind would come out to a place like this. So,
Yeon! How'd you sneak up on us like that?
you look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Fair enough.
Ah, you're here for that too? Saves me a bit of explaining. Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should be safe.
The stuff by the door? The doors and the windows... This place is complete... The bad guys could have...
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, anything...
Yeon, you didn't have...
Why would I make this more difficult for...
Okay, well...
What about you? Give up as well? Yep. It's not obvious. To be honest, I was a long time ago. But it wasn't a rallying cry to escape with their lives. the villagers would have... The bandits were eventually brought to justice. Whenever they heard that melody, they would feel the culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having... The victims obviously will have... The important thing now is to find this copy. On any other day, let's take a look around and you'll see... Not only did they stay off... Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically, if we...
As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk. Here, look at this. These tracks are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally. Something heavy was being dragged this way, meaning we're headed in the right direction. Their pace has increased. Normally, people carrying a heavy load slow down as their journey goes on and they start to tire. Whatever's motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch. Come on, let's round them up.
Hey, who are you?
The evidence is conclusive. Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
Perhaps not, but you should be.
Quietly. Curses. Seems like you're not all talk after all. There's no going back now. Better up my game. Mercy! Have mercy!
Oh, it's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
I surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever.
Tell us everything. You have one chance, and I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
I won't, I swear. You know, so... Lantern Right's nearly here, and like a lot of people, I wanted to buy a few nice things. I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
No, not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Okay, continue.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do, and eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn, and my grandma would grab us kids and run. I remember the tune, so I figured I'd try it for myself. I mean, just to see what would happen. At first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave. But they did, and they just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was too easy, I couldn't resist. It was completely wrong of me, I know that now. I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition, and it'll be like it was never gone. Please, give me a chance, huh? Let me make it right.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend lantern right behind bars.
Yes? Yes?
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity. You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, ma'am!
You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted quite as well as you do. Does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
You mean...
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on... There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here.
What is it?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information, so play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into me out here. You helped a lot with the investigation and arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better for me, too. See you when I see you, and happy Lantern Rite.
Leon's such a pro at this. With her take whoosh! Random, although it's kind of a... Cause Paimon's curious. When we were chatting with Miss... And most music... Paimon never imagined that music could... Oh, really? Well, anyway... Byron, we're back! Everything's all sorted!
That's great news.
My greetings to both of you. Long time no see.
No need to be so formal with us, Ningguang.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and a brief respite from your travels. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize. Once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. The financing arrangement, simply put, there will...
Whoa, you're already...
Well, I trust you saw this year's Ming Shao.
Yeah, it looks like...
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar with the name. Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People on this marvelous lantern rite, if the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the soul...
Oh, they're gonna love them! At least, if the guy...
Well, let's hope so. I heard that you'll be going on a search with Ganyu. I'm sure this quest to uncover the
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Looks like it's about time for us to meet up with Ganyu. Let's head to Eugene Terrace.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon.
Are you okay, Ganyu?
I'm fine. Since last time, in essence, someone rescued it, but the tune was alleged. Perhaps there was an adeptal power. Either way, if this part.
You really think so? Also, Paimon's really cute. Ooh, like a crystal. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Once I was sure that they were going to be out.
Got it. So basically.
No, it's not like that.
Well, what if this. She was probably thinking.
As far as I'm aware, if we. You'll be able to confirm either way. I've been in Lea Harbor.
Sounds great! And
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the Cloud? Never mind. Traveler?
Seems like this is a tough decision for. Paimon gets why she. Wait, did she.
Quake!
Boring! There's quality here. Boring!
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need. Huh? Did we?
She doesn't like to travel. So true. Now that since she's not here.
Uh-oh. Well, got it!
Please go on.
Our goal here is to find the. We can't hear any music right.
Yes, I think that's fair to.
So all we have to do is. You know perfectly well that Paimon can. Just trust Paimon. The water's pretty deep.
What is going on?
How do you feel right now? Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon explain it. Okay, fine. Paimon will explain. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music. But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
As ever, the conqueror of demons comes and goes, just like the wind.
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going?
Oh, speaking of earlier this morning, she said, I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler.
Please excuse me for a moment.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yes. During the Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her, sometimes I'm supposed to copy up. Oh, so you came looking for—
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music?
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us.
Yay!
We were just talking—
Oh, really?
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Oh no! Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything!
The faint sound of birdsong.
Oh! Okay, fine, it's up!
And a melody is—
Hey! Don't you patronize Paimon! Hey! Why don't you just sing that one?
Oh, was that?
That was
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again. We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's when you hummed that melody. So that—
Wow, Shenhe. Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like, what about you, Ganyu?
I know some local folks. The songs of the sailors down at the docks. Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to— the way those melodies make— even though we come from different— in that sense.
You go, Ganyu!
Yes, I am. Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Thank you.
Once the days are warmer, I've planted many times. You are— Nonsense. I have cultivated and cared. I will save some for decoration. We can feast on—
Then, thank you and—
Do people say that?
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. Even after being chastised once already? Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further. One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity. Well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
If you want to release a Xiao Lantern...
Thank you, everyone.
Is this Guili Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her? Guizhong is another name of Eventos, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, one often quarreled with Sea Gazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd...
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would She always sought to make everyone happy. And one must say, she had quite the gift for it. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird, or...
Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table. Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations? At the sight of him... Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup? Then you are most tolerant, but that is its own virtue. Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. Each of those old fossils had... We would drink together from a spot hot. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, okay. Or are you saying...
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone. One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning. No matter, one will share the whole story with you now.
In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul. An emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's... everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetwood Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
That's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a...
Streetward Rambler. A vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code?
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Gui Zhang composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Gui Zhang's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Gui Zhang passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetward Rambler.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long... In response, though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?
Aw, poor Madame Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Gui Zhang a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Gui Zhang was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories, too, would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetward Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
I've been in Leo Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I, too, am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire, though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a when we get back.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could meet any day of the year.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't... Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there, and cared for them carefully enough...
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What? Cloud Retainer? You were...
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Whoa! Madame Ping...
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice...
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madame Ping
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are...
Given that lantern rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers in the air. Ganyu, please continue from here.
Huh? So... This all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life. Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Ah, let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief. It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Albeit reluctantly, one might...
After all, Lantern Right's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as much a hero as any other.
So how has she proven herself?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them. And a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madame Ping looks very emotional right now.
Of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh, yeah! We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you played back then? Oh, also, with you being...
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh, as much as I don't wish to dampen, it's been a long time since I played this zither. My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering, there was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting, no matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Oh, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on. But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the Lantern Rite stage to the youth of today.
Well,
Granny! Whoa, what's everyone doing here? Did something...
And now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful, I'm glad.
Well, in that case, happy Lantern Ride, everyone.
Happy Lantern Ride. Oh, I will leave Mr. Dvorak.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
You got it, Matt!
Thank you all. I think you've listened to enough of my nattering for one day. As for that melody...
Wow! That'd be...
when that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor...
Alright, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
Useless.
Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuchin's here too.
Welcome back.
Really, really well. We found the person, Mr. Dvorak.
Are you... I see. That certainly explains why...
Huh.
I have to say, though, it's...
Oh, Paimon knows it, but Streetward Rambler?
Madam Ping possesses...
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfect.
I think... that can wait until after the concert, though.
Ah, speaking of, Madam Ping, Paimon has a sneaky...
Wait, are you serious? Oh no. Okay. Nope, another rehearsal's in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Before we set off on our search with Ganyu...
Please, share your insights with me.
It can... music is... What?
It sounds...
Wait, does that mean you're gonna...
Mm-hmm. Just a few... As long as everyone enjoys the fest... Happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
Paimon feels like she's forgetting... shoot! Zhang-Li said he wasn't in it anyway, even if we... All right, let's take a... Oh wow, look who it is! Are you here to... So you're just casually practicing... We have all this invisible...
Gotta say. Come on, not...
What's wrong? There once was a... With my words, we'll take the stage by storm with... For sure! The whole...
Oh, don't you worry about that.
Huh. Guess we'll just have... Oh, Zhang-Li. It's a real pity that he couldn't...
Yeah, that's right. To tell the truth, though.
I can speak to that.
And jump scare.
Actually, Xinyan,
Sure thing.
Oh, Traveler and... when you see Zhang-Li, you should join us too.
familiar face. Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is the city nowadays?
Everything's great, but you know...
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Zhongli! Here...
Impeccable timing. Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow-cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Wait.
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Can we not just call it a... She seems to take a lot of pride...
I trust that you found the answers you were... Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I'm...
Oh, Zhongli! She said it's up to him whether... But she says performance. As for the banquet...
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance. As for the banquet... Since the Director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll...
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away. The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup. It tastes...
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hintao, and this is a little something called...
The Blaze Lilies!
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh! I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch you set, or you'll get burned. Hey! Woo!
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Xiao Lanterns,
Ha! elementary. One shall fashion for you a Shao lantern, the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Listen! There must be Madame Ping!
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.